Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's DIY video is stunning home decor projects. So this video is also a selection of different projects that I've put into one video. So stick around and see what I get up to.
I love being creative and trying new things in my journey through life, writing best practices, tips and tricks, sharing updates on my own writing and books with different tutorials sprinkled in between. I enjoy sharing my knowledge. There's music covers and original pieces written and composed by me, handmade jewelry reveals, sewing videos, other crafts, poetry reading, book reviews, and many, many more. Come and join me on this journey, and let's have fun together.
For this craft today, I'm going to be doing this bowl. It's only actually supposed to be like 1 or 2 colors, but unfortunately I don't have those colors and I can't really go and buy so many tiles. I've already gotten a few to add to this project and I don't want to get any more, so I've tried to use what I've got. I've also bought a few from P&A, which were either these were R9.99. This one I think was $6.99, or they were all $6.99. I'm not sure. These were a bit pricier. I think this is in the 20s, but it's not a bad price. And then these ones are the ones that I actually had on hand, these ones. And I'm going to see how far I can get with what I've got. I'm going to be using the MOSAIC. Let me just get it out of the packet quickly. I'm going to be using this MOSAIC fix, which is the fix and the grout. And I'm going to be adding black paint to it because, as you'll see, in fact, let me put the picture over here. As you'll see in the picture, the grouting is black, and there's also an edge around the edge here that's got just grouting. I'm going to try and do that as well, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to use the grout to fix it onto the bowl as well. So I've got everything ready. I've got my tools ready and my little bowl that I'm going to be using for the grout, and my little tool. Yeah, everything's ready. Standing ready to do it, so let's get started.
I've already added some grout to the bowl. I'm now adding the black paint and will then add water. You will need to get the right consistency. You can add grout, paint and water until it's like a thicker yogurt.
Okay, so it's not black, it's like a dark gray, but I'm going to leave it that color because I can't add any more paint.
I now start putting the grout on the bowl in order to attach the tiles. The grout needs to be layered thick enough to hold the tiles, but not too thick that the tile disappears into it. I started by putting the grout on the outside rim, but then realized it's better to start it from the center. I can now start adding tiles. I will add tiles and then more grout, then tiles until I have covered the whole bowl. Make sure to push it down enough, but not roughly. It must just be enough to hold it.
So I've tiled it. What happened was I actually ran out of tiles for green, these light green ones, these ones, and also these red ones. So I had to stop halfway, like it was just this last little bit, and then also the black paint was not working very nicely for me to color the grout. And as you can see, it looked black, which if you look at the video previously, it looked black, but it's dried like gray. So I went and I got other black paint. This is Montmartre Premium Dimension Acrylic in Lamp Black. So I'm hoping it's going to work. It has come out a lot blacker if you look at the grouting. And you can see on here the difference as well. Over here, I was just, I just had to do this last little bit over here and over here. And this section here and this one tile there, and then this red over here. And I once again ran out of this red tile, and I was just like, I am not going to the shop now again to go and get more red tile. So it's just going to be a little bit different on the one side, where it's going to have this beigey goldy color, like copper. Yeah, it's like a beigey color. So I just mixed the two together because I'm not going. So my hands are full of this paint now because it's a lot stronger, this paint. What I'm going to do is, because most of this dried yesterday already, so today I wanted to just grout it fully, but now because of what's happened, I can't just do that. But I still have some of this left over and I don't want it to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grout like over here where it's already dry, and get as far as I can with the stuff that I've got. And then when it's dry, I'll grout again. So that is all the grout that I currently have. Now I've just got a bowl with water in and a sponge, and I'm just going to make it neat, just so that there's not too much excess on the tiles. This is what it looks like so far. I just need to make some more grout to be able to put in the middle, because I haven't done that piece, and then also just to fill in the pieces over here, and then I will just wipe it off to make sure that it's nice and tidy, and then it has to dry, and then we'll go from there. I'm just going to let it dry, which will be until tomorrow, and then I will clean it off properly. So this is now dried, and I'm going to now wash it off. Oh sure, I'm glad. I was a bit worried. What I'm going to be doing is, if you look in the screen over here, you'll see that I've put a picture of my inspiration, which is a bowl that my stepmom and my dad got from Morocco, and I just really loved it. So obviously, you know, I'm not going to Morocco anytime soon, so I decided to try my own hand at it. I'm going to be using this bowl, this one, which I'm going to spray paint this blue Rust-Oleum lacquer in navy, and then for the detail I'm going to be using this, which is Supreme Air Clay. This one is in terracotta, but I'm going to just paint it silver when I'm done. But yeah, I'm hoping that this is going to work.
These are some of the tools that I'm going to be using. I modified an icing tip to make the little round marks on the clay. Some carving tools and an embossing tool for in case I need it. I will be creating it onto the bowl before I spray paint it. I'm using a cut off of a PVC pipe as a rolling pin. I started by using wax paper, but you will see that it didn't work. This was the first time I was using clay and I was a little nervous. This is where you see that the wax paper didn't work, as it stuck to the clay. Now I need to cut it out onto the plate. I'll be using one of the carving knives. This is how far I am. I'm busy rolling out more clay for the details. I had to put masking tape on because it started lifting as it dried.
Very long. I still have to do the inside. So yes, I'll see you back here again. This is how far I am. I must tell you, it's not easy and it's not a fast project. So the clay is not always doesn't always work with you. But now what I need to do is I need to do that middle piece that comes here and out there and then like that. So I'm going to use paper just to measure where I want it so I can know what to cut. And I'm going to cut it as a whole piece, not the separate pieces, and go from there.
I'm going to show you some of this part, even though I had to redo everything. I had placed the clay in the plate to dry and it got stuck to the bowl, and when I tried to remove it, it broke apart. I made the balls by rolling them by hand and cutting the lines into them, and then using the icing tip for the middle circle. I now need to paint the clay with silver. I got paint from my friend that she uses for her dot art. It's a sterling silver and it's from the fairy realm. You can see that some places had cracked. I'm also going to paint it while it's on the plate to make it easier.
Okay, so once again, I thought I pushed record and I did not. So the silver was dry, and as I was saying previously, that this silver came out stunningly, and I've used other silver paint that's acrylic before and it didn't come out as nicely. And then I used this Montmartre Dimension acrylic in lamp black to do the shading. So I was busy. I take a little bit of the paint and then I make sure that the thing is dry, as much as dry as possible, and then give it a little bit of dimension. So I've basically done the whole thing now, which unfortunately was off camera because the stupid thing, you know, once again I did not push the record, which I was pretty sure I did push it, so I don't know what happened, but anyway, let's make sure it is still recording. And yeah, so I'm still busy doing that. Now I've done the plate so far. Now I'm going to do these little balls. It is painted and I just have to wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to try and get it off the plate, which I hope is not going to break everything. I just pray it doesn't break anything, because yeah, because some of it is really cracked already. Anyway, so I need to get it off the plate so I can spray, and I'm going to wash the plate and spray paint it the blue color, and then I'm going to glue this back on and we'll go from there.
I now need to remove the clay pieces from the bowl.
Please just excuse the light. It's night time, but I wanted to get this glued on because the stuff will break apart. So I'm just hoping this will come right. I'm going to be using the clear Gorilla Glue to stick it down. So one of the joys about doing crafts is that they don't always work out. And then you get to a point where you have to decide if you're going to give up or if you're going to just fix it. So what happened is the middle part here, it broke off, or it broke into little pieces. So I tried to put it back together. This is all glue, which doesn't look very nice, doesn't come off either. I had to throw it away because it just all broke up and I couldn't put it back together. I do not like puzzles very much, so and the pieces were just too broken up for me to try and find where they go. So now I'm going to have to redo it. Because I've already done all of this, I'm not going to just give up. I'm not made that way. So I'm going to start over again, which means I'm going to start with making the stencil. And then what I'm going to do differently this time is I'm going to put cling wrap. And then I'm going to put it on top and build it there and let it dry like that. Because then the cling wrap I can pick up and just pull off nicely. And if it gets stuck underneath, it's not like a major issue. And also if I paint onto it, you know, because I painted while it's in here, then at least the cling wrap protects this part. And we'll go from there. So now the clay has dried, basically. And I'm now going to paint it silver first, wait for that to dry, and then paint in the black to give it definition. And then wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to glue it down with the glue. And we'll see how I can get it off, because like I said, I put it onto cling wrap this time, so it should be easier to get off.
I'm using this can for the next project. as well as mosaic fix to attach and grout the stones, small river stones from Crazy Store, and the stone tiles that I got from Builder's Warehouse. I'm using a water jug to add water to the mosaic fix that I'll be mixing in a recycled holder, and a rubber cake spatula to put the mosaic fix on. I add the mixed mosaic fix to the can and start placing the stones until the whole can is covered. Once I've covered everywhere, I have to wait till the following day to let it dry. The bottom layer is now dry and I can grout it now. I'm removing the excess grout so that I don't struggle the following day to remove dry grout blobs from the stones.
I have put the grout on, the last layer of grout, and I have sort of taken off as much of the excess as what I can, and without like taking everything off because I have to be careful not to just go mad, take everything off. But I've taken off as much as what I can, and then what I'll do is I'll wait for it to dry and then I'll clean it properly and then it will be done. Just excuse where I'm doing this at the moment because we have load shedding, but this is what I need for my next project. I just wanted to give you a quick overview so that you can see. I want to cut these two off because I don't like this part on top. I want it to be bigger. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get it right and not let it just shatter. I need the string to soak it in acetone. I've got protective glasses. I've got the gloves so I don't set myself on fire. I've just got this where I can throw the acetone in to soak the string, and the scissors to cut it. I've also got like a big can bucket, metal bucket thing that I got that's outside. I'm going to fill it with cold water and then put some ice in it, which is the ice bucket that you need to put that in to let it like crack. So yeah, I've never done this before. I'm a little bit scared. I've been putting it off for quite a while now, so let's see how it goes.
I was quite nervous about this project and was hoping it doesn't shatter. My husband lit the string for me and I started turning the vase. The string kept moving though. I then did the red vase, which has thicker glass.
So this is what this one looks like. You can see it's cracked. I'm going to see how I can fix that. I'm going to use my Dremel to sand it, see if I can get it fixed. And this is the red one. It cracked here like that.
I have removed the loose and cracked pieces from the red vase, and I'm going to sand the edges with my Dremel to make them smooth. The red one is the only one left. The purple one completely cracked when I started removing the edges.
So it's rounded off. I tried not to let that shatter any further. So it's not straight, but it gives it a different view, a different look. There's a few things I've learned about doing this. First of all, your glass must not be very thin, because like the purple one was very thin and it just shattered. Also, when you put the rope around, you need to somehow get it to stick there. They don't tell you that in the instructions, because as you're turning it like this while it's burning, that rope is moving the whole time, so it's not burning in the one spot. And if you've got like a bottle that's going like this, it's not going to stay in the one spot because you can't make it tight. So I don't know, next time if I do try this again, I might use that double-sided tape, scrapbooking tape type thing, to keep it stuck there. So unfortunately I did destroy one of my vases, but that happens when you're crafting. You sometimes have oopsies. So that was the stunning decor, home decor DIY video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it gave you some inspiration to do something for yourself and to maybe step out and do something that's not just an easy project but also a little bit more difficult. If you have any questions, you can just ask me in the comment box below, and I will try and answer you if I know the answer to your question. If you liked the video, if you can please give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, if you can please do so and click the subscription block below. It shows support for my channel, which I really do appreciate. And if you look in the description block below, you will also find all of my social media, including my blog, which is where you'll find more content from me. And if you go to www.patreon.com/Ondeane Lourens, you will also find more content from me, and it's also the best place for you to support what I do on this channel and then also what I do on my blog, so that I can keep doing it. So I hope that you have a lovely day further. Keep your crystal on, your sparkle strong, and enjoy your moments. Goodbye.